Oi, oi, oi. Welcome. It's me, Matt from Diazable, doing another album review. And today, we're checking out the band Witcheater with their album Splitting Tongues. Now, a little bit about this band is they are a deathcore band out from, if I'm correct, I think it's a town outside of Leeds. It starts with the name Meisenshire. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but I'm doing my best. So correct me in the comments. Sorry, guys. They just released an EP, their first EP this past year, and they play shows with the bands like Impale, Murder Blossom, and local like Leeds hardcore bands and death metal bands. And yeah, they're a deathcore band that I see like it's like the newer version of deathcore, because deathcore had its peak, dropped, kind of coming back. It's going up and down a lot. So I think these guys are riding that new wave of deathcore and everything. So let's check out this album, Splitting Tongues. Yeah. The song starts off with some like spacey like guitars, and then like they move into some slow, dirty, groovy style deathcore chugs. And then the vocalist comes in with some really low gutturals, but they sound pretty decent for spacey like guitars start the song off, and then it moves into some dirty, slow, and groovy style guitar work. And then the vocalist comes in with some really low gutturals and everything with his vocals. The drums, I really like the use of the cymbals here. They sound really good and actually are used quite often, so it creates a nice texture to the song. Overall, it's just a really dumb, heavy song with a really huge breakdown at the end. It creates like this huge atmosphere to it. So it's a by the books, like deathcore style song. Nothing too amazing, nothing too bad. It's there. It gets the job done.
Even when you're gone, I'll tell them my religion's you. When punctures
Another heavy track here with some more down-tuned guitars that are really complemented by the production here, because the production sounds really good. It gives them a very loud and huge sound to them, so it's consistently sounding good. Slow and heavy vocals, very impressive with how deep he can sound. Kudos. Midway, you get some like more like, well, not more, but you get some scratchy style guitar work that really helps like give the song some variety to it. And then there's like a little guitar solo as well. Then it gets really heavy again, pretty typical, but it's got a consistent groove to it. But I will say at times it seems like they're trying to be too heavy and it comes off too try hard. But I kind of get it's their first EP. They're trying to show who they are, and they want to play heavy, so I'll give them that a bit. I forgot, I wanted to show a clip of Killstreak. The guitars are very groovy, more groovy and less heavy guitar riffs here and everything, and just the overall song has a bit of a groove to it. They introduced some vocal fries here that sound really good compared to the low vocals he's doing. A nice switch up a little bit, gives some nice variety. Around the minute and 40-second mark, there's some interesting guitar playing here, but it gets kind of buried in the mix. After that, everything kind of just drops out, and it's just drums and guitars to like slowly lead us back into the song, and then it just ends really heavy. This song is overall just very groovy and has a nice flow to it, especially in terms of lyrics and the vocal performance. It's really bouncy and just easily like nice to follow. Drums, they got some more chops here, like they like playing more interestingly here and getting some more time to shine here, which is very impressive. And then towards the end, there's a nice groovy ass breakdown. So this is a vibe in terms of like overall style. So here's a clip of Rivers of Blood. Sorry, I was too early on that one part, but it's got a good flow to it. Heavy, heavy, heavy. This might be the heaviest track on this album, but as soon as you think it's going to be more heavy, they kind of switch it up a little bit and give some like eerie and haunting style guitars, which do a nice job of making things sound pretty fresh. The bass has a more of a presence on this song, which is nice. You can kind of feel it and hear it more. And then also towards the end of the song, there's a big breakdown. I think they were trying to do the whole big epic breakdown thing, which I feel bad saying this. It just felt a little boring. But everything up until then, like it was pretty good. We got some really sick ass lyrics here with some big, chunky, heavy guitars and bass and drums. Like everything's like nicely like wrapped up to send this album out. So it's a pretty good heavy outro. Yeah, and so those are my thoughts on this album from Witcheater, Splitting Tongues. I want to say they're really heavy. They can play really well together. It seems like they have a good unit and everything. And like the production for the most part is pretty good. Those are like the big highlights, I think. The vocals sound really large, very impressive. He has some variety here and there, so that's good. Guitar work, the riffs are solid, pretty heavy, pretty chunky, good tuning and everything. The bass, pretty heavy when you can hear it. So I'm a little bit mixed on the bass feeling. And overall, like it's good heavy music, but I feel like there isn't too many interesting things about it. Like they're heavy to be heavy, but nothing was too like, oh my god, this is amazing, or this is like the next biggest thing or anything, or like nothing wowed me. But a lot of it was still impressive. Like I said, they play well together. Overall, the production was pretty good. And yeah, it's by the numbers deathcore, so I can give them that. The only things I could say that were bad, like nothing was wowing and interesting in terms of maybe some lyric content and just playing styles. Like they were really heavy and didn't switch things up too much. I thought not enough. Like there wasn't enough interesting bits. And then also the drums. I feel like the drums were kind of buried in a lot of the songs. It was kind of hard to hear sometimes. But overall, still a quite enjoyable album and everything. So I think this EP album from Witcheater is a nice solid 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, so links down below to check out Witcheater. If you're in England, go check them out. Support your local scene. I have a feeling they play really well live and everything. And I'm hoping with doing these reviews and trying to help this scene out all around the world, I get a chance to see them live one day. So I'm Matt from Diazable. Thanks for coming on by. Until next time, guys. Bye.